his wife actually texted me earlier this morning, and then, it was just a sad day.
The whole store just paused, man, and everything was like dead silent, man. And then I started hearing like Kobe's gone, like. At first we thought it was like a host,
Right.
like somebody made this shit up, somebody hacked TMZ and made this shit up, and then all of a sudden like New York Times and all that starts like bringing it up, and I'm just like, shit, like this is real, man, like I couldn't function, man. After that, work was hell, man,
I was at work. I had to find out from a customer, He told me, did you hear the news? And I was like, what do you mean? He's saying Kobe passing away. And I was like, hold up. Had to stop everything, went back inside to where my office was, and just, sat down and just had to think about it a lot.
I was on my way to my grandma's house, and we were literally pulling on her street, and the radio station announced it, 105.9, and I was just in shock. I was like, are you serious? Like as soon as I heard Kobe Bryant has passed away from a helicopter accident, my eyes watered up. It's like this is one of the few people that I've told myself, if they pass away, that this one's gonna hit home. There's a few celebrities that I look up to that would hurt just like family, and I don't know them, but that's just how much of an impact they have on my life, how much I look up to them, and it's just sad. I've been watching them ever since I was a little boy, and it's just...
I got woke up this morning on the news. I'm a big Kobe fan, so a lot of people that knew that, they called me and asked me, was it for real,
She actually had messaged me and she notified me that, this tragic happened.
And I was playing ball today when I found out that he died, passed away.
So I was just waking up and I just, pop up my Instagram and I just see a big, TMZ, Kobe Bryant just passed away, and I was just in disbelief, and I think the first thing I did was call her and just did you see this? Is this real? Tell me it's not real.
We literally just drove up from San Diego, all of us. We were hooping together. We were literally playing ball. I was practicing my shot when it happened.
We had to make the trip.
So I woke up around 2 p.m. My phone's blowing up. Kobe Bryant's dead. My sister's hitting me up. My coworkers, because they all know, I grew up watching Kobe Bryant play. So I hit up my friends, like, yo, is it true? Looked at the news, saw a lot of other rumors, like his 4 daughters died, then 1 daughter died, just a bunch of stuff. Hit him up, it's like we gotta go down to LA, show some support. So we came to Staples Center, and then right after this, we're gonna go down to the crash site, show our respect over there.
Oh, we came all the way from San Diego,
How long did it take you to get here?
2 hours, and that's with traffic. We sped over here.
Whether it was a home game or in Arizona a couple times, just because, you never know when this is going to be his last game. Even when he tore his Achilles, it was tough. I thought that was the end for him, but that's Mamba mentality, coming back like that, like he did.
And actually, we both played for the same high school. We both played basketball, so our coach had actually taken us to our first basketball Laker game, and it was just a great experience, having all the fans there, yelling out his name. And
it's definitely something to just, take with you forever, because it was always an experience, to see Kobe. Even at home, growing up, it was always, that's what we look forward to, seeing Kobe.
December 31st, 2009. I was against the 76ers. That was my first day. It was the 76ers. The score was 103-99. Kobe had 23 points that game. I remember that game from heart. That was my first ever league. I was really right behind the retired jersey. That's how high I was.
This guy right here, he saw him a few times. Christmas, man.
Christmas Day.
Kobe was
beyond a legend, man. He was more than a legend. This guy was, shit, words can't even explain what this man was, man. And to hear him go, sad day for LA, man.
Kobe was an idol since I was a little boy. Got me into sports. Watching Kobe is a legend, man. Sad to say, GOAT's gone.
Kobe proved himself, you know. He proved himself to the world, especially Laker fans, you know. Kobe is the Michael Jordan of Los Angeles. There won't be another Kobe, just like there won't be another Mike, just like there won't be another LeBron, but he's a staple to Los Angeles. He does so much on the court and off the court.
It's very personal for us, you know, this is a very big loss.
Overall, I mean, it's still like really shocking to us just because it's like, oh my God, you know.
This one just hurts, man. Like,
When people say LA, Kobe comes to mind.
Lakers are number one. You know, we are a family Laker fan base.
I learned everything from Kobe. Honestly, he was my fucking idol all my life.
Kobe Bryant is on the Mount Rushmore of sports.
I grew up watching him play. You know, I'm 21 years old. He came in I think '96, and he played 20 years. So like I've seen him play my whole life. You know, I grew up here in LA, so just being around like downtown, being, you know, my stepdad had a big part in me in becoming a Lakers fan. You know, so I grew up like idolizing that man. You know.
I bought this when I was in the 8th grade. In the 8th grade, when he just turned to number 24.
He raised everybody. I mean, if you're from LA and you know what this city is about, you see the Staples Center behind us, this was his home. He didn't matter where he was from, where he lived, he came here, he worked every day on his craft, that was it.
Kobe was a big part of bringing everybody in LA, outside of LA together, you know what I mean, for 20 years, like, that's crazy.
My favorite Kobe memory was when he hit the three over Dwayne Wade to win at Staples. He banked it. They're now 107 to 105. He banked it. For the dub over Dwayne Wade.
81 points, man. In our lifetime, we probably won't see it again.
You know, just him on the court with Shaq, oh my God, it's just like mind-blowing, you know? Like, it's just like, you know, you have that best friend kind of thing, and it's just like, all right, so you know exactly what that person's gonna do on the court, and it's just like, oh, you know, like, come give me buckets, you know?
Passing Shaq officially in rings, and people say that the only reason he won his first 3 rings was because of Shaq. He proved that he could do it without Shaq and as a leader.
It was a crucial game, and he will always just be the one, you know. He will always call for the ball, give me the ball, and I just love seeing his, you know, tenacity, his, you know, desire to just be the one, you know, to take over.
The last game we were all there.
We were all together for his last game?
Yeah. We were all at his house. Dude, it was crazy.
And
we were all tearing up.
At the end, we were like, all right, the game was over, but then we started scoring. I was like, oh shit, he's coming back. And next thing you know, it was like a 1-point game. I was like, bro, he might do this. And he hit that little fadeaway. I think it was against Bears, against the Jazz. And then everybody was just like, bro, all right, we're about to cry right now.
Like, I see like athletes that get cramps on the court, and they'll get carried off the court. Kobe tore his Achilles, and he knocked down 2 free throws, and he walked off the court on his own power. That shows the mindset you got to have in order to play this game and be great at it, because you can't be soft. You can't let little things get to you.
It all started in the year 2000 Western Conference Finals. I saw Kobe throw that lob up to Shaq. You know, I was 5 years old, watching the conference finals, and just fell in love with the Lakers ever since. And Kobe, 81 points. Because they were down, I was in the 4th grade, they were down by 18 that game. They just gave him the ball. He didn't care who was guarding him, how many people were guarding him, and he just shot that up, you know? That's what I love so much about him. He doesn't care if you miss. He's gonna keep shooting.
Like the Dwayne Wade shot over Dwayne Wade, him winning 2 championships back-to-back against Orlando and against the Celtics, him standing on top of at Staples Center just like this. Sometimes I'd go outside as a little boy and go shoot the basketball around and say Kobe every single time, just because that's how much of a role model he was to me.
At first, when Kobe first came into the league, I really wasn't a Kobe fan. I thought it was too much hype, you know, right out of high school, this, that, and the other. He came in, he took the dunk contest, then he opened my eyes. I started looking at him.
That young Kobe with the fro, man, just can't get out of your head. Young Kobe, man.
Fresh face on the scene. He just took over the league at a young age. That's the 8 Kobe, and that's why, like, you look at his comparison with 8 and 24, and they're 2 separate Hall of Fame careers. Like, you can argue that. So 8 and 24, I believe, should be retired throughout the league. They're already retired in LA as a Laker, so I think the NBA should do him justice and retire both numbers.
When I started watching, I only got to see 24, so I only got to see highlights. I'll say 8 was a fucking unstoppable ass scorer, but then 24 was a smarter player. I could say that. He was more like a team-oriented person, but then 8 was like, all right, bro, I'm a dog. I'm getting him. Bro.
Get out of the way. I'm dunking on everybody.
That's like the only thing we can say, bro.
It's just, that's like one of my idols right there. That's one of the guys I looked up to. That's one of the guys I try modeling my work ethic after. Toughness, mental toughness. Being an athlete, you gotta have mental toughness, and that's what Kobe stood for. So if you know what Kobe Bryant stands for, then you gotta have the Mamba mentality.
You know, Kobe for me, growing up, it's who you wanted to be. You wanted to be him on the court. If you played basketball, even if you didn't play basketball, you wanted to have his kind of mentality on and off the court. No matter where you were, give it all you got. You know, when the worst comes to worst, just keep pushing. Even when you're down under, you just got to keep pushing. That's a Mamba mentality right there.
Kobe, 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 Kobe.
It wasn't just him on the court, it was him off the court. Even after he retired, he was just getting his life started, you know.
He built the Staples Center. You know, everybody know of the Forum, you know, but he built this Staples Center right here. These lights are for Kobe.
Kobe's like a god. Like in LA especially, just as an athlete, like when you think of basketball, you think of Kobe Bryant.
Especially, you know, when he won all those rings, people are like, man, like this guy really said all those things, really said that I put in this work, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and really did it.
You should
you say Kobe.
You don't say Jordan.
Fade away too.
Yeah,
fade away too.
You say Kobe, bro, because
yeah.
He was like, people don't even know basketball, they know the name Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
It's like, this man was more than just basketball.
Man.
He was a dude, bro.
He's everything to Los Angeles right now, you know?
Being a leader for his family, being a great dad and all, just being just an idol, just the definition of an idol.
For me to feel this way, that, you know, it's just so upsetting to me. I can't even imagine how she would feel. Like,
I can only imagine the you know, the feeling she may be going through. It's horrible. She has 3 beautiful girls that will be her strength in this moment, you know, because it's devastating, definitely. But that will be her strength, I feel. And I actually do have a daughter, and I just feel for her, and I can't imagine just losing one of your daughters. That's just alone devastating. And then, you know, having your partner that you've grown up with, ups and downs.
Man, the passion, man, for the game, the passion. This thing is Mamba mentality, man, that you don't quit, man. You're on it 24/7, you know, like, that's one of my memories about Kobe, man, that, I mean, shit, he was, man, what can I say? He was like not a dad, you know, but like a leader, you know, like if he was it. Like,
whether you're a basketball player or not, you idolize Kobe in some way, whether that's being a basketball player or just being the best at what you want to do. You know what I mean? Because he had that Mamba mentality to where I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get what I want to get.
Look at all these people behind us. You hear the music, you hear the people behind us. This is what he was about. This isn't the only legend we lost.
Rip to Kobe though, prayers out to him. Also rip to Gigi, young Mamba, rest in peace.
Love you, Kobe. Rest in peace.
We love you, Kobe!
Kobe, 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 Kobe.